In an unprecedented escalation of its long-range capabilities, Ukraine launched a surprise drone assault deep into Russian territory, striking multiple air bases that host nuclear-capable strategic bombers. According to Ukrainian officials, more than 40 aircraft, nearly a third of Russia's strategic bomber fleet, were damaged or destroyed in the attack. While Moscow disputes this figure, admitting only that several planes were hit, the strike has been widely seen as a significant psychological and strategic blow to the Kremlin. This marks the first time Ukrainian drones have reached as far as Siberia, demonstrating a dramatic leap in Ukraine's ability to hit high-value targets across Russia. Footage shared on social media and official statements from Russian regional governors confirmed that air bases in Irkutsk and Murmansk, thousands of kilometers from the front lines, were among those struck. Analysts using satellite imagery also confirmed visible damage at Olenya Air Base on the Arctic Kola Peninsula and Belaya Air Base in Siberia. The drones reportedly launched from disguised trucks parked near 4 air bases in a coordinated operation that Ukraine claims was 18 months in the making. This stealthy tactic allowed them to avoid detection until it was too late. The strike hit some of Russia's most prized aircraft, including Tu-95s, Tu-22M3s, and even an A-50 early warning and control plane, Russia's version of the U.S. AWACS. These bombers form part of the Russian nuclear triad alongside submarines and land-based ICBMs, with production of the Tu-95 and Tu-22M having ended after the Soviet Union's collapse in 1991. Any losses are essentially irreplaceable. Fewer than 20 of the modernized Tu-160 strategic bombers are in service, and a new generation of bombers is still in early development, leaving a gap in Moscow's long-range strike capability. The Russian Ministry of Defense downplayed the severity of the damage but acknowledged that warplanes caught fire and drone attacks were attempted in the Irkutsk, Murmansk, and Amur regions. Reports also indicate that Ukrainian drones targeted Western Russian air bases, although these attacks were allegedly repelled. Russian military bloggers harshly criticized the defense ministry for repeated failures to secure key assets after earlier Ukrainian strikes on Engels Air Base in 2022 and 2023. Makeshift camouflage and hastily built shelters were dismissed as insufficient, with calls growing for more robust protection of Russia's strategic aircraft. Meanwhile, just 2 days after the aerial onslaught, Ukraine struck again, this time targeting the Crimean Bridge with underwater explosives. Ukraine's security service, SBU, claimed responsibility for the bold operation, stating they had mined the support structures with charges equal to 1,100 kg of TNT. The first detonation severely damaged the lower supports of the bridge, which is a vital supply route for Russian forces in Crimea. Although civilian casualties were reportedly avoided, Russian authorities briefly closed and reopened the bridge throughout the day, amid unconfirmed reports of additional explosions. These strikes form part of a broader Ukrainian counter-campaign, dubbed Operation Spiderweb, in which over 100 drones were smuggled into Russia and hidden until activation. Using unsuspecting civilian vehicles, Ukraine delivered the drones close to Russian targets, where they launched autonomously. The bold strategy has impressed Western defense analysts and raised alarms in Moscow, with Russian air defenses spread. Thin and morale shaken, Ukraine's message is clear: nowhere in Russia is out of reach. As Kyiv continues to strike symbolic and strategic targets alike, the war enters a new and unpredictable phase.